Okay, what's up YouTube? My name is Galen and this is Galen's Gadgets. I want to thank you so much for joining my channel today. And if you have not already, please do not forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing videos on tech just like this one. So today I will be going over my unboxing of the Google Pixel 6 Pro. This is definitely the most hype I've ever been for any smartphone. I've had the Google Pixel 4a 5G for a couple of months now, and it's definitely the best camera that I've ever used on any phone, and I just really fell in love with the software experience and just the Pixel software and just a lot of other things that make Pixels great. So why not just pick up the latest and greatest, the Pixel 6 Pro. Again, I am just super excited for this because there are just so many leaks and renders that led up to this moment. This is definitely one of the most hype tech releases of the year, and I'm just like really excited to just like get into this. So again, this is Google's newest phone. This is the first phone in which they'll be using their new camera sensors. They took a sensor over from Samsung called the GN1, and this is their first time using their own processor, which is a tensor processor, which is basically just like a Googleified Samsung processor. I'm just like really curious to see what all of this new hardware can do for the Pixel series. So I'm not gonna hold you any longer. Let's just hop into this unboxing now. So first I'm just going to show you guys the box. So on the front you just get that Google Pixel 6 Pro. I got the Sorta Sunny color. I believe this came in 3 colors: the black, the white, and then this yellowish gold type color. I'm a huge fan of gold phones, so that's why I decided to pick up this one. It took me a very long time to pick between this and the white and silver, but I chose this yellow and gold color. On the left side you just see that Google branding there. You can see this yellow matches the color of the phone a little bit, and up top you get the Google logo, and on the other side you get the Pixel 6 Pro branding right there, and also in that yellow color. On the box you get that hashtag Team Pixel on the top. I just tweeted that out, and then that's pretty much it. It just tells you that this is the Pixel 6 Pro. It has 5G millimeter wave, which is the most up-to-date 5G standard. This is a 6.7 inch phone compared to the regular Pixel 6, which is only 6.4 inches, and this one is the 128 gigabyte version. I just did not need that much storage, so I decided to get the base model. So yeah, let's unbox this now. Okay guys, so I just got everything unboxed. As you saw, pretty much the only special things that came in there were this USB-A to USB-C adapter. That's going to be very useful, and then the USB-C to USB-C charging cable. There is no charging brick, but I highly suggest just picking up a 30-watt charging brick from Anker, because that's most likely going to be cheaper than Google and just as high of quality. So to the actual phone now, I'm really loving the color scheme of this phone. This is absolutely fire. This is the Sorta Sunny color again. This top color is like a orange dreamsicle type color. Hopefully my camera gets the best color representation of everything. This Google logo right here is more gold than anything, and then of course the back is just mostly yellow. But my favorite part about this phone is actually the gold accents. So around the perimeter you just get a ton of gold. I really like that about this phone. You get that on the bottom and on the sides as well, and as well it's also on the camera module. And I just like how exclusive the camera module is too. You could definitely tell this is a Google Pixel with their advertising. I think they did a great job of what they're doing with the camera bar. Speaking of cameras, I'm like really excited to see what these cameras are going to be like. This new main camera right here is a Samsung sensor called the GN1. You get the ultra wide camera, similar to the last generation. It was pretty good. And then you get a brand new 48 megapixel telephoto camera with 4x zoom, so this will allow you to digitally zoom up to 20 times, which is super clutch for me. I feel like that was a weakness of my Pixel 4a 5G, was the amount of zoom it has. That only went up to 7x, so I'm really excited to see how high of quality I can get with this 20x zoom on this camera. So you actually get a power button and your volume rockers on the side. That's your power button right here. These are your volume rockers. Turn it on. And these buttons feel great. They are super clicky. I really like how clicky these buttons are. They really remind me of the Pixel 4a 5G buttons because those were super clicky as well. You only get your SIM card slot on your left side, so there's no buttons or anything on this side. I wish they would like implement like a Google Assistant button like LG did back in the day, but not really a deal breaker or anything. And then at the bottom you get your dual speakers, and you get your USB Type-C charging spot. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the hardware on the phone. You can see these edges are curved a little bit. You'll be able to see it more once I change the color, but you can see those edges definitely curve around the edges, so I definitely will have a case on here. And overall, the feel is really nice. It definitely feels super premium. It's not as much of a fingerprint magnet as I thought it would be. Like, I'm pressing all around this and I do not see my fingerprints at all. So they did a good job with the quality of glass on the back of this. And the quality of the front of the glass is, of course, very high end. This is Gorilla Glass Victus. Okay guys, as you can see, I'm going through the setup process right now. I just took the SIM card out of my Pixel 4a 5G and put it inside of the my new Pixel 6 Pro. I'm going to try to do the like the app transfer and the data transfer from my 4a 5G to the Pixel 6 Pro because they're both Pixels, so it should work pretty seamlessly. I'm going to show you guys what that process is like once this loading screen is gone. So right now it's asking me if I want to copy apps and data over to this phone, and I definitely do, so I'm just going to hit next. So it's asking me if I want to use my old phone, so just hit next. Find my old phone's cable. So it's asking me to plug in the two cables. Okay, so I just plugged in both cables and it automatically came up with these prompts. On my old 4a 5G, it's asking me if I want to copy data over to my new phone, and I do, so I'm just going to do copy and then put my fingerprint in, and now it's starting to copy. Okay, so on my new Pixel, it gives you the option to choose like what you want to copy. It also tells you how much space this will take up. So I'm actually going to copy over everything: my apps, my photos and videos, my music, my messages, and pretty much everything. So yeah, let's just do it. Okay guys, so I just got everything synced over. Right now it's just going through that downloading process. Looks like all of my apps are downloading to my Pixel now. It is a little warm, I will say that, because of all the things it's doing right now. And as you can see, I do have a security update out of the box. It's around 65 megabytes. So yeah, mine did come out of the box with a security update automatically. So while that's updating, I'm just going to show you guys a size comparison with the Pixel 4a 5G. So let's see, what's the easiest way to do this? Okay, there we go. So as you can see, it's like around half an inch taller than the Pixel 4a 5G, significantly taller. The width, it looks like around the same. But in my opinion, what really kills it in terms of like the build quality is just like the finish. Again, this is like a glass type material, and then this is just straight plastic. Has a lot of fingerprints and things on it, as you can see. And this actually gets no fingerprints. I was really surprised by that because it says glass. Glass usually gets fingerprints fairly easily, but you can see none are showing up, and I've been touching this phone for a few minutes now, so I thought that was pretty interesting. So one of the most controversial things of this phone is the fingerprint sensor. A lot of people are having issues with the fingerprint sensor registering and it not working 100% of the time. I have noticed it is kind of finicky. I hope an update fixes it. I only registered my right thumb once and my left thumb once. People are saying that if you register the same thumb like multiple times, it's gonna like work better, but this is how it's working with one. So you do have to hold it, you can't just tap it like other phones. So there you see it didn't recognize it there. Didn't recognize it there. Didn't recognize it there. Didn't recognize it again. So yeah, it locked me out. It didn't go that many times. I probably will do the same finger multiple times so I can get that to work better. Okay, so right now I got both of these phones cranked up max brightness. I do see that the Pixel 6 Pro does look a little poppier. It kind of makes the Pixel 4a 5G look null, or just dull. I mean, just the colors just look a lot more poppier on the Pixel 6 Pro. Now I just wanted to do something really quick. I just wanted to see how quickly apps opened on the 6 Pro compared to the 4a 5G. 1, 2, 3, go. And you can see that just like blew away the 4a 5G. Performance on this should be very solid. And another thing about the displays is that the refresh rate is a lot smoother on this Pixel 6 Pro. You can see the left is just flying, and it makes this phone does not jitter at all. It just looks that way just because of how smooth the scrolling on the Pixel 6 Pro is. So I really thought that was interesting as well. The performance of the tensor paired with that 120 Hz refresh rate automatically makes the upgrade worth it. Speaking of the display of this Pixel 6 Pro, I just wanted to go into the display settings to see like what I could manually adjust to see if there's any preferences that I prefer. I do like to keep my adaptive brightness on for the most part. And then another thing that I found, the colors, I love to keep this on boosted just to really get the best out of the screen. You can do adaptive if you want. I like to keep mine on boosted. And then you do have the option to turn off your 120 Hz refresh rate option. So by default, it's set to smooth display. That's how it's going to come in at 120 Hz. And it is adaptive, so this phone will go up and down on refresh rate based on what you are doing. So I will keep that on because I want my device to go as smoothly as possible. You have a screensaver option as well. Okay guys, so I want to touch on two more main things before wrapping up this video. I did just get done updating all of my apps and downloading all of my apps to my new Pixel, so I'll be going over my review of this device within the next few weeks or so. But the first thing I want to talk about is just Material You. Material You is Google's new feature where you're able to theme like all of the elements of your user interface and match it to your background. So you can see I have that orange background, and it's kind of made my notification toggles and everything that orange color. And you can actually change the icons too. This is not turned on by default, this themed icon settings. So you would hold on to the home screen, just go to wallpaper and style, and you'd have to check that themed icon spot so that you can get your Google icons to show like around the same color of your theme. It looks like it does not work on third-party apps. As you can see, I have Twitter right there. That it really doesn't work for third-party apps yet. I hope Google just makes it universal eventually. But yeah, the last thing I want to touch on was the camera. So this is what I'm most excited about actually. You got some new sensors on here. This is the Samsung GN1, which is a 50 megapixel sensor. Google have been using 12 megapixel sensors for years, and this is just a huge upgrade to me. The GN1 mainly focuses in like autofocus and low light, which is something that Google was good at already, so I'm really excited to see what they can do there. And I know this will definitely be a big improvement for video quality, so I'm excited about that. But one of the most important reasons why I got the Pixel 6 Pro over the regular Pixel 6 is because of this sensor right here. This is the telephoto sensor. So this can go up to 20 times digital zoom. This is a 4x telephoto sensor, but with software it can go up to 20 times. So I'm just going to point at my photography board straight ahead. So this is just like a regular photo right here. This is 1 times, but it can go up to 20 times. and look how much detail that shows like on my photography board. Let me just do that one more time. So that's one time right there, and going all the way in, that's 20 times, and you can actually see the details of my photography board. So you can see the grooves and everything. It isn't just like a gimmick. This works. I really like that about this telephoto sensor. So I'm gonna be using that a lot because I really feel like I missed a lot of crucial moments because of the limitations of that Pixel 4a5G only having 7x. This 20x is definitely gonna help. So yeah, that's just my first impressions of this Google Pixel 6 Pro. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I'll definitely be getting back with you with case videos because I want to put a case on this ASAP because this is just super sleek and super slippery. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.